Hello and welcome to the Homestead. My name is Annie and today I want to address a topic that not many talk about, and it's failure. Yeah, failure. Not a lot of people want to talk about failure, but I have to say failure is necessary because when you fail, you learn. And failure has been part of my journey. I still have failure in my grow room, in my greenhouse, and in my garden. Today I want to show you the failure that I'm experimenting in my grow room and also in the greenhouse, and what I'm going to do to fix it. I'm going to bring you along. Yeah, it's very important to talk about failure. This morning I removed these two seedlings out of a multi-sowing plug tray that I was doing. There was a lot of seeds in here of kohlrabi. They're all dying on me. I had green cabbage. They're a little bit leggy, but that's not the problem. I don't know if you can see it. They're dying on me. And here's another one. This one was burnt by the light. And by attempting to try to save some, I transplanted them and they looked okay, and now this morning they're like that. They're dying on me. All those were brassicas that I was supposed to transplant in the greenhouse for an earlier start on brassicas. Probably won't happen, and you know, I was pretty bummed about it, I won't lie. I am learning that lights can't be too close from seedlings. I always had leggy seedlings, brassica seedlings, so I put the lights lower. And I ended up burning them, and then by trying to save them, I gave them some fertilizer, and they're all dying on me. So I probably burnt them, overwatered them, and I am using a new fertilizer, and they probably didn't like it at all. So failure is part of every year for me. And brassicas, I've been having so much trouble growing brassicas from seed. I always had to end up buying seeds from the store. So failure is part of my learning process, and it's okay. I will be resowing new seeds. I still have time. 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost is when you sow seeds. I am in week 6, so I still have plenty of time for the regular season to put them outside in my main garden, just not in the greenhouse. So here is why failure is important. I am learning the things not to do so that I can figure out what needs to get done for me to be successful. And this is for every single aspect of your garden, even life, I should say. And I am modifying my greenhouse so that I can do all my brassicas outside in the greenhouse. So I will get a shelving unit installed in the greenhouse so that I can grow my brassicas directly in the greenhouse and see if this could be possible. So it probably won't be this week. I will probably get them sown in the 4th week before my last frost, and then on the colder nights I will probably bring them back into the house and see if I can install my wood burning stove to not bring them inside. On another subject, I will show you my greenhouse because there is also a problem. It's more a problem than failure, but it did cause me failure last year. I had blossom end rot in the greenhouse. So I will take you to the greenhouse and I will talk to you about the failure dash problem fixing and plans I have for the greenhouse this year. Let's go. It's still chilly outside. welcome to the greenhouse. There's a lot of work to get done here before I can start planting, but let me show you a little bit what the problem is. There used to be a wood crate here and a wood crate in the other side of the greenhouse, and then in the middle was a normal 30-inch raised bed, market style, and it worked out fine. I had a lot of food from the greenhouse this year, but in one of the wooden crates I was having a lot of blossom end rot, and for my tomatoes and my peppers, blossom end rot means that there was a water problem and that the water was not reaching the plant, and then therefore there was blossom end rot. And then in the middle row, I was having problems that my top was watered, and then my backside of my rows was not watered or overly watered. And then in the middle there was like twilight zone. Sometimes there was water, sometimes there wasn't water. So I made two mistakes. Number one, I went on an ad that had free compost because last year I was lacking some funds, and my compost was not ready to be used, and I already used up all the budget that I had to deliver compost. So I went and I picked up free compost. That was error number one. The compost was not done properly, and it was not what my plants needed. So tip, don't really get compost that doesn't really look well. I didn't know last year. It's only now after analyzing it that it was not that good. I will amend it and I will make it better. It was not all that bad. I did get some food, but there was problems with it, drainage and holding the water, and also I had a slope that I'm trying to correct. The string here is the level. So if I bring you down up close, you see that here the rope is almost at soil level, and then in the back there's a lot of soil missing. Like, the gap is huge here. So that's not good. So that's the second mistake I did. The greenhouse had a slope. So with the error number one, the slope drainage was horrible. So this year I am ordering some new compost, amending the soil to fix the drainage problem, and I'm also leveling the soil. But it is so cold. I started, and then it was so hot. It was 20 degrees Celsius, and then it came like, I think yesterday it was like 3-4 degrees. So working in the greenhouse with all the doors and all the windows open was as cold as outside. So I stopped, and I'm actually recruiting my husband to help me finish this because it is quite labor intensive. But once that is finished, I will be able to sow direct seed a lot of stuff here, and then like green salads and spinach, Swiss chard, kale. I am sowing beets inside. I will see if I can transplant them inside the greenhouse and get a head start on beets. And then, since I missed the window of early sowing and transplanting in the greenhouse, I will not have food as fast as I expected. But this failure, when fixed, now I will have even a better season. It's going to be a better year for me. I'm going to have more food. So this is why failure is important in your gardening experience, because if you don't really fail, you won't really know how to fix things. And I can tell you my fair share of failure. My first year was an epic failure. My first year in my main garden, I will show you my main garden. My first year in my main garden was horrible. Like, from seed starting to transplant to harvest. Let me turn the camera around. In that that garden, I had the worst season, but then I had two choices. I could either get myself educated and future seasons be better, or just stop, quit. And the journey that I am on is to grow as much food as I can for my family. So quitting was not an option. So this is where my failure got me educated so I can grow more food for my family. So if you can learn one thing from this video, is that failure is okay. And it will happen. Just hold on, just read, ask questions, go for a book, read, and next year or next try will probably be a success for you. Thanks for popping in the homestead today. I want to say that if you like the content that you're seeing here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, to subscribe, hit the little bell that's on your screen. It's going to tell you when I post a new video. From the bottom of my heart, thanks for following me on this non-traditional journey. Have a nice day. Bye.